Good morning, and welcome to Maryland Fun Time. Maryland Fun Time, information about what's happening in and around Baltimore and where the fun is. Here's your host, John Carrington.
Hello, this is John Carrington from Maryland Fun Time. We want you to make best use of your time, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Every now and then, we check in with a young man who's a student. His name is Melvin McKee III, and he's a student who won a scholarship to go to New York to study drama. And every now and then, I check in with Melvin to see how things are going with him, just to give us a real-time evaluation of what's happening with this pandemic and our young people who are in school. I have with me Melvin McKee III. How you doing, Melvin?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be back.
All right, it was a pleasure to have you back. Every now and then I like to just check in with you about how life is treating you. What are you doing now?
Oh, man. Well, let's see. I just came back home from New York, and I just finished, a year of school here. So now that I'm back home, I'm going to start doing some things with my team that I will be doing some serving at the judges panel at Barbizon competition in June 18th through the 20th in Baltimore, Maryland. And I will be representing Loretto McDonald Davis Productions.
Okay, beautiful. So you're actually putting your drama skills to work. You're going to be on camera, and you're going to be doing some judging for the Barbizon Modeling School competition. Hey, that's wonderful, man. How has this pandemic situation affected your life?
Yeah, it's definitely it hasn't been the easiest thing to navigate, but the thing about it is that I haven't let the pandemic affect my life and how I affect the way I treat people and how I look towards my future plans, it's definitely slowing some things down, that I've been wanting to do, but it hasn't stopped me. So, it's definitely what I've learned from it is that it's been a patient learning process, learning to be patient and learning to be, choosing, God to help me with that. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you're trying to stay positive.
Yeah.
What are your goals for 2021, 2022?
Yeah, well, my goals that are, I want to be, hopefully I want to be established in the acting modeling business. I want to really I want that to be my career. I want it to be something that I make a living, and I want to use that to spread positive and joy, to other people in the world. So just looking forward to doing that,
All right. So your goal is to get a job. I love it. Talk about the modeling school up in New York. Talk about that for a moment. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Acting. Man, it was good. I learned a lot of techniques up there. I was really glad to see my friends again back at the school, which, I couldn't see for a while because of pandemic, so the school stopped. But man, when we were able to go back to the school, man, it was so freeing, so energetic, and the positivity was just amazing.
All right, so school is thriving, but give us the name of the school, because somebody might be listening and they might be interested in sending one of their young people up to that school.
So it's called the New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts.
Okay, and it's located right in Manhattan, so you're not too far from Broadway.
Yep.
All right. Yes. Now, suppose somebody wanted to contact you to get a personal reference to say, hey, tell us a little bit about the school. Or maybe they want to invite you to their church to talk to a group of young people who might be interested in getting into the entertainment industry. Is there a way that people can contact you?
Yeah, there's an email and a number that I have that I can definitely say. So if you want to contact me, you can contact truelightvision5@gmail.com, and you can call 443-676-8004.
Okay, please repeat that information again. If somebody's got a pencil in their hand and they got some of it, but they didn't get the rest of it.
Oh, yes. So you can contact me at my email, which is truelightvision5, which is spelled TRULIGHT vision, VISION5@gmail.com. Okay, and the phone number, which would be 443-676-8004. So those are the two best. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. All right, now you mentioned your love of God and how He's directing your life. Talk a little bit about your background. Anything you want to share as far as who Melvin McKee III is.
Oh yes, man. I can honestly say that. The person that I am today is really thanks to my people that I've had around me and growing up in my life. People that I've grown up with at the church, neighbors that I've had, great neighbors, my parents, of course, my sister, just my teachers, my friends. Those are all the people that make me who I am, and those are all the people that are important, to where I'm going. And I always try to remember and include them, when I'm, doing something really successful, or when I keep moving forward to my goals and my dreams. I always, want to let them know that I appreciate them, because I want to be anywhere without them, and especially, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So those are really big, important things about, my life, and something that I really take to heart. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, by you being under 25, people would suspect that you've traveled all over America and all over the world. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've traveled to some places. I used to live in Japan, when I was younger, for about maybe 4 to 3 years. So I lived there. And, then I lived back in Maryland for a while, and then recently just in New York. So I just came back from New York. So those are about 3 places that I've been right now in my life, but I definitely want to visit more.
I hear you. So this whole worldview that you have in the area of drama and modeling and acting is for real love of being with people and places that are new.
Yeah.
Who are your role models? Not everybody wakes up in the morning and say, I want to be an actor. I want to be a model. Who are your role models?
Oh, man, that's a great question. My role models, a big role model that I really like is, I like Chadwick Boseman. He's a really good one that I looked up to. Just the way that he spoke and stuff means a lot. Denzel, he's a good one that I like. There's also this new young guy that I like. His name is Kofi Safine, and he's one of these young new actors that I really listen to, and the way that he speaks about his life, and he's from Ghana, so the reason that he chose acting was really to express himself and to really bring the knowledge back to his country back in Africa and Ghana. And I just like he knows that it's bigger than himself. So that's something that I really like about him and listening to him. So there's so many more. I like Steve Harvey, of course. He's another one that I like, that I look up to. And, you know, there's a lot. I just like listening to really successful people and, you know, their stories and stuff. So, yeah, those are definitely my top ones for sure.
Okay. Now, of course, in the area of show business, a lot of things happen to you, good, bad, and the ugly. But I'm sure that, you know, going back to the school up in New York, you probably have a funny moment, something that's been the funniest moment you've had while being in school. So, you know, if you have something humorous that you see, this is Maryland Fun Time, and we'd love to have a good little chuckle along the way. So is there anything that has been your funniest moment in on your road to being in show business?
Mm-hmm. Oh man, and I'm sure there are some. Let's see. Well, there was one that I have that I remember when I was in Washington Square in New York, and I was with my two friends, and we were walking around, you know, kind of, you know, seeing the place, and we were looking at these people that were they were kind of like circus. So they had these juggles, they were juggling, and they had these like really fancy lights and stuff and everything. So we looked at that. So I started to juggle a little bit, and I wasn't the best at it. So, you know, I messed up a few times, but, you know, I'm still learning. So ever since then, I've kind of been practicing my juggling. So that's kind of something that I've been trying to do. But before I know it, one of my friends had like this big, he was riding on those wheels bicycles, but it had one wheel.
Unicycle.
Unicycle. Yep. He was just riding around the whole place. I was like, where did he get that? I'm like, it came out of nowhere. I was just like, wow. So that was definitely something I was not expecting. So I was just like, you can do all that? I was like, so we were just dying laughing because it was just so funny.
Well, that's one of the great things about acting. You meet people that are very talented, and some of their talents are quite different from yours, but you're friends, and then all of a sudden you discover, wow, look at him. He's on a unicycle, and he's not going to fall.
Yeah. Oh, no, he was like a one-way train. He was not running around, he wasn't stopping. So,
oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I know sometimes as a magician, I get with another group of magicians, and there's a guy who specializes in something that I'm not very good at, and I'm blown away, and I say, oh, my goodness, and I try to learn that particular trick or that effect, and it always gives me a burst of new life, you know, to know that there's something out there that you still can learn, something out there that really impresses you. You never know everything, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
What has been the reaction of your family and friends hearing that you are pursuing a life in front of a camera or on stage?
Mm-hmm. Man, well, it's been nothing but love and support from them. You know, they're with me 100%, 1,000%. You know, they got my back, and the thing I like is that I can always rely on them and always, you know, go back to them, you know, if I ever feel confused or lost or, you know, anxious about something. And that's something that, you know, you could really use, you know, especially in this business, you know, you can really use people like that. So, yeah, you know, I really appreciate them for that.
When you were in high school, I'm sure you have friends that probably stay in contact with you. Have you gotten any feedback from them as to
use people like that? So, yeah, you know, I really appreciate them for that.
When you were in high school, I'm sure you have friends that probably stay in contact with you. Have you gotten any feedback from them as to what they're doing and how they react to what you're doing?
Oh, yes, I have, actually. Yeah, I've been, you know, I keep in contact with some of my friends from back in the day, high schools and stuff. And, you know, some of them, you know, are in college, or some of them are, you know, starting families. You know, some of them are starting businesses that are really, really cool. And, you know, and and of course I support them with, you know, with everything that they do. You know that just like they have my back, I have their back. So, yeah, it's like a whole support system. So, yeah.
Yeah, because your generation has gone through something that my generation never even dreamed of. I mean, come on, everything shut down because of disease. I mean, my goodness. I mean, jobs, transportation, quality of life affected by a disease, and here so your generation has gone through a lot, and I'm sure that when you guys get together, you're gonna have some stories to tell that I never imagined would need to be told. What are some of your what advice do you have for other students who are going through the pandemic situation?
Yeah, I would just say, you know, even though it seems hopeless, seems lost, you seem defeated, that all that is a lie, and you are strong. You're the one that has the power over what you choose to do with your life, and nothing can stop you from doing that. And just know that, you know, keep positive people around you. I can't say that enough. Keep positive people around you. It's so important. And just know, you know, what you want, know what you're going after, and know, and that'll show you, you know, that you're doing the right thing. So, yeah, just always keep that in mind, and yeah, they'll do amazing. So, yeah.
Well, that's great advice. And, of course, I love the part about keeping positive people around you. And I know your mom and your family are very positive about you. You better talk about your family, or else you're going to get booed off this phone.
Oh, yes. Oh, man. Yeah, my family, man, they are just so, man, words can't describe how my mom and my dad and my sister have been just pushing me, you know. My mom especially, you know, she doesn't let, like, any negativity that goes into my mind or that, you know, into my space, she doesn't allow that to affect me, you know, and she doesn't want me to go into that place of darkness and hopelessness, because she knows that I'm bigger than that, and she knows that all that is just not going to help me, you know, moving forward. So she's really big on that. And, you know, my dad, he's really big, you know, on me, you know, keeping my faith, you know, and you know, and showing, you know, what it means to be a man, and how to treat and respect people and everything, and that. And my sister, she's just always been, you know, always been with me, always been, you know, my support, and, you know, and I can always talk to her about anything. So, you know, I really love, you know, her for that. And my cat, Troy. Yeah, I forgot about him. Yes, I can't forget about him. You know, you know, he's you know, he's something. You know, and I can always, you know, snuggle up with him too. You know, so
that's precious. You know, animals do help you to calm down and survive some of the worst times, and of course, a pet can also be a friend to people who are shut in and who are alone. So that gives you something to at least know that you have responsibility for, but more effectively, they're a returner on the affection you show them. They show you the love and attention that you show them. So that is beautiful. What's the cat's name again?
Troy.
Troy.
Yeah.
Sounds Oriental.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Troy won't be complaining about your interview.
Oh, no.
Okay.
You'll be happy.
Talk about some of your other hobbies and interests. You mentioned that you know, your family knows that you're bigger than some of the problems that are out here in the world. You're physically big too. How tall are you? And also talk about some of your hobbies and other interests.
Oh, yes. So, I am a pretty big guy. I'm 6'2", you know, so that's a good height, for models and stuff. So I've been blessed with that. And, you know, the other hobbies I like to do, you know, basketball is definitely a big one that I like. I like basketball. You know, I like you know, spending time with, you know, friends that, you know, whenever you know, we get the time to do that. And, you know, you know, I'm just starting to do I really want to start to do some business stuff going, you know, something that I've been trying to do. So I've been trying to look into that to get going soon. So those have kind of been my hobbies and drive.
All right. Again, I think you make an excellent speaker for a group of young people who have been affected by this pandemic situation, young people who are interested in going a step beyond high school. How can people contact you to invite you in to be a speaker?
Oh, yes. Again, you can contact me at truelightvision5@gmail.com, which is spelled TRULIGHT, Visions, VISION 5@gmail.com. And you can, phone number would be good to call me would be 443-676-8004.
All right, I'm going to ask you one more time to repeat that information because there's somebody who's got a pen or a pencil with the lid just broke and now they're ready to go. Give it to them one more time.
Oh, yes, definitely. Okay, so you can contact me at truelightvision5@gmail.com, spelled TRULIGHT, Visions, VISION 5@gmail.com. And the number would be 443-676-8004.
What has been your biggest challenge in 2021?
Oh, man, my biggest challenge in 2021 that's such a good question. You know, I would think that my biggest challenge for me is patience. And, you know, having the patience to just trust the process, you know, and just trust that you're doing the right thing to go, you know, to where you want to be, you know. And even though it hasn't happened as fast as you want it to happen, that doesn't mean that it's not happening at all. So I would feel like patience has been a challenging thing, but it's also been a great learning thing, you know. So, yeah.
Patience. We all need to gain patience. We all do. Well, at this point, is there anything you want to add?
Oh, man, you know, I just want to, you know, thank you for inviting me back, Mr. Carrollton. I really like you having me, and I really enjoy doing this. So, man, yeah, I thank you.
Well, I want to thank you, man, because you're a great role model. A lot of young people need to make positive use of this time of pandemic, and you are certainly one of the role models for that. You won the scholarship to go to New York to study. They curtailed some of the activities that were planned for your class, and then, of course, you eventually got to go to New York and pursue your dream of being in the modeling and theatrical and drama field. You've been to Washington Square. You've seen on Broadway. You've seen off Broadway. You've done a lot with your free time that I think is a good example to young people of how to make most profitable use of time. Time is the most valuable asset. All right. One more time for your contact information, man, because somebody's going to need you to speak to a group of young people who need that kind of a boost to their morale.
Oh, of course, no problem. Okay. All right. So, contact information would be truelightvision5@gmail.com. And a phone number that would be good to call me would be 443-676-8004.
All right, and my special guest has been Melvin McKee III. He's a young student with a scholarship to attend drama and acting school and modeling school in New York City. He's made the best use of his free time during the pandemic, and I want to thank you, Melvin McKee III, for being a part of Maryland Fun Time. And, hey, have a nice day.
Thank you.
St. You.